Love and peace and happiness. The shadow self is the parts of ourselves that have been pushed down to the unconscious, the parts that we're insecure about, ashamed of, or frustrated with, and therefore repress. The concept of the shadow self is based on the notion that we figuratively bury those pieces of personality that we fear would not be welcomed, accepted, or loved by others. Therefore, we keep them in the shadows. In short, our shadow selves are the versions of ourselves that we do not show society. So, what is shadow work? This is the practice of loving what is and setting the shame and judgments free so that we can be our true selves. As Victor Hugo famously said, the greatest happiness of life is the conviction that we are loved ourselves, or rather, loved in spite of ourselves. All right, so welcome to Tarot in the Shadows. We're going to start off with a card from the Oracle of Shadows and Light series, and we have the Angel of Alchemy. She's card number 21. At her, so she's old enough to buy a drink. She's come of age, and she's talking about a miracle, honey, and she is a miracle energy. Let's see what the book has to say about her. All right, card number 21, and here we are. The Angel of Alchemy is the miracle who stands between the physician and death. She is the powerful healing angel who will resolve this health issue that is confronting you at this present time. Her role is to help you find the perfect treatment for your body and to restore your well-being naturally and healthfully. She helps you to find the right doctor, the right treatment, the right healing mode, and the right attitude and energy to overcome this challenge. She will draw on powerful energy from her heart chakra, which will be sent to you and which can revive your energy and your belief in the possibility of your perfect health. She will help you to find courage in the face of physical life for that which has overwhelmed you from time to time. The sheer courage it takes to experience life in physical form is that which she is here to help support you in, and to show you that not only does it take great courage, it brings the greatest of all blessings. There may be health challenges for you at this present time. Regardless of what you or one dear to you may be experiencing, it is a time to ask yourself, what would I do if I knew I had a short time left to live on this planet? Then begin to take action on these plans. Because the beautiful thing about looking deeply into the human fear of death is that this examination of mortality will create an exquisite sense of being alive now. And you will prioritize and you will begin to shape your life in new and meaningful ways. Once you see that time, in the sense of bodily life, can be short, do not hesitate. Take action now on changing what can be changed. When you receive this card, you're about to turn a corner with a health challenge. The current situation has actually served you in many ways. It's brought your focus back to what is truly valuable in your life and made you aware of areas of neglect. Now you can move forward with a refreshed set of priorities that are based in something very real. The Angel of Alchemy encourages you to make your healing, either your own or that of someone close to you, the top priority. This lady came out not long ago, this Angel of Alchemy, and what I'm really getting from her today is, what would you do if you knew you only had a short time left to live? And it's reminding me of this guy. He put on a skit on TikTok in which he performs two roles during the skit. One role he performed as himself, human self. The other role he performed as an alien. And so as human self, he was having a conversation with an alien that arrived, and they were talking about how long it took for the alien to arrive on Earth. And it was much longer than any one human lifetime. So they were talking about the shortness of human life, right? And he went on to talk about how his whole point of his whole skit was, you must spend your life doing something that you love. Well, we usually spend it working. Well, you must love what work is. And he's like, no, we usually hate work. Well, then if you hate it, why do you do it when your life is so short? And he's like, we do it to get money. Well, why do you do it to get money? Because your life is so short, you should be doing what you love. And he's like, because you need money to live. He's like, well, if you need money to live and you got to work to get money, it seems like you should be doing something that you love to get the money to live, right? So the whole point was do what you love. And that experience is coming out here because this angel of alchemy is talking about, like, you don't know how long you have. How many years 100% of your life equals, you don't know. If you had a health scare, it could totally be talking about your physical health as well. But yeah, I'm sensing in this reading that an important part of this has to do with how are you spending your days, even if you live to be whatever you think a ripe old age is. Like, fact of the matter is, human lifetime is short. It's not long at all. We don't know how long or how short we have left. We never know when it's going to finish. It always takes us by surprise. Even if you have an idea that something's coming and your life will end soon, it still takes us by surprise. So why not then make the best of the days? Why not then, live with no regrets? How can you make the best of each day where you're at with what you have today is a big question I would have to ask you in regards to this. Are you living your life in a way that you hate? And how can you make every day so much more great? And they're saying, even if nothing changes outside. But the fact of the matter is, if you live that way internally, they're saying mentally and spiritually, you'll find that the outside world will begin to match it, because chances are you're going to be here longer than you think anyways. All right. The spread that came out from the deck of spreads is the Let Go and Let Love spread. It is a 5-card spread. We have the metaphysical cannabis oracle here in hand that we're going to use for you. We also have a celestial tarot deck that we're going to be using here for you as well to pull your reading. So let's go ahead and start in with the metaphysical cannabis since I shuffled it first. This is a 5-card spread. What you seek in relationship, we have accountability. Wow. Having a partner that holds themselves accountable for things, having people in your life just in general that hold themselves accountable for things is really nice, because it's like you don't have to call people out so much. You ain't got to tell them about themselves so much if they hold themselves accountable. Love and peace and happiness. What's a hindering belief you hold? A hindering belief you hold card coming out is stability. Stability. Okay. And a past wound to embrace. Past wound to embrace. We have solitude. It's in reverse. And I heard forced solitude. They left me. Okay. That's what I heard. They left me. How best to move forward is our 4th position. How best to move forward. We have protection. Protection. Okay. And how best to attract. How best to attract. How best to attract. 2 cards fell out. We're going to take the top one. Food meditation. I can. Okay. I heard you need to feed yourself some I can energy. Okay. I can do it. I got this. Bottom of the deck is thrive-briety. Thrive-briety. It says tolerance. Okay. So there's something here about, and I'm hearing it. I work. What's that? She worked hard for the money, so hard for it, honey. She worked hard for the money, so you better treat her right. And that's coming out with Mr. Sarky with stability. Okay, we have a king with a orb in his hand and a scepter in his other hand. And talking about stability, and this is in the position of the hindering belief. It's like there's this idea that it has to be hard in order to be stable. I heard, and where did you get that from? I mean, there's a lot of people who have very financially stable lives who live their life to the fullest every day, right? And they enjoy their lives. And I hear somebody saying, well, show me one. Because you don't even believe that it can be done. That is something. Well, I'm one. If you don't believe it can be done, I'm here to tell you it can be done. Okay. So yeah, I have my nail studio where I actually uh, earn my income from. This is more of a passion project. Yeah, it would be great to be able to tell you that for all the hours I do this, y'all pay for me to live. That'd be great. That's not what's happening, honey. But I do have arts that I create, and that pays for me to live. Um, what do you seek in relationship? You seek accountability. Okay. You seek accountability. Somebody who holds himself accountable. So regardless of what form of relationship, you like to entertain relationships where people hold themselves accountable. And they're saying, and how are you holding yourself accountable for living your best life, not knowing how long or how short you have left to live, making the best of every moment, spending time with the ones that you love instead of isolating yourself, enjoying the way the day flows instead of stressing and freaking out and seeing how much more that grows. Yeah, taking the time to read the good book and cook the good food and play the fun game and produce the passion of your hearts. Dun, 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 dun. What do you know? Okay. All right. So let's get into tarot now. I truly did mean to do the tarot first, but since the oracle was in my hand, we just ran with it. So let's go into our first position here. What you seek in relationship. We had Hisabi come out with accountability. Show me Hisabi with accountability in the what you seek in a relationship. We are doing a let go and let love spread. So that is letting me know, like, something here you've been trying to force, restrict, maintain, and it may not be in your best interest to do so. It may actually be in your best interest to, allow that stuff to flow. But what you seek in relationship, you have the Seven of Wands. Accountability. You want somebody who perseveres, somebody who can stand their ground, who knows how to stick around. Okay. Accountability. Seven of Wands. This is somebody who knows how to. I heard a defender. Okay. And then I hear, I need a hero. I'm holding up for a hero till the end of the night. He's gotta be strong and he's gotta be fast and he's gotta be fresh from the fight. Okay, so are you waiting for somebody to come in and be a hero, someone to defend you? Someone to defend you? I don't know. That don't sound like my tribe, but okay. This is what I hear. So maybe it is. In some way, is it that So anywhere where you're holding on to this idea that your health isn't well and that's creating an effect in your life of ill health, it could be because you're not realizing the opportunity you have in front of you. Holding on to low vibrational thoughts and energies, and I can't, and I don't know how, which the I can't, we had that the whole how best to attract is I can energy here with this food meditation. And so if you've been on this I need a hero to come and rescue me. Take me in your arms, rescue me. I need your loving charms cause I'm lonely and I'm blue. I need you and your love to come on and rescue me. Yeah, if that's the energy you're in, you're looking for a defender, a protector, somebody who holds himself accountable for taking care of you. You are seeing yourself as weak, honey. If you're doing that, you're seeing yourself as weak. You're seeing yourself as unable. Who? Make the best of every day. What can you do today? There's a whole lot you could do today. Okay, you want somebody who got staying power, who gonna be there 7 days a week, Seven of Wands, who gonna show interest and accountability. Okay, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. But if it's affecting your health, that you're sitting up here looking for some kind of hero to come in and rescue, that could be an issue. Let's go over to the hindering belief is the Knight of Pentacles with that stability. Hindering belief. Yeah, so oh, there it is. There it and this seems to be coming up a lot lately. Listen, let me tell you, I ain't naming no names, and you ain't heard from me. But if you know, then you know. Um, yeah, a lot of people I've been seeing this recurrent experience, not only in the cards, but in people's lives. People who I know personally, different ones who are very dependent upon other people to take care of their livelihood. Oh, they're going through the works right now. Like they're going through, talk about dark night of the soul energy. All these people who are counting on somebody else to sustain their physical life these days, who don't know how to work to put it in, to attract, to hold themselves accountable for the way they utilize their resources, their days, and their hours, and their youth, and their ability in order to sustain their own life. I see a lot of people, and I see it coming through in the messages that is like, yeah, that stuff is blowing up right now. Like, it's falling apart. So let's just use an example. So there's a person, again, not naming no name, but there's a person. This person relies on this person over there who just sends them money every month to pay their bills. And that's nice, but that one over there isn't receiving services. They're just doing it out of their generosity, out of their kindness of their heart, or out of some sort of coercion or manipulation, which is much more common. I'm seeing all of these experiences that are coming to a halt. So all these people who have been overextending themselves to take care of somebody else's responsibility, they're not doing it no more. All these people who have been being manipulated all these years to take care of somebody else's fiscal responsibilities, they're not doing it no more. They're starting to see the light now. So there's that energy here. So a hidden belief that is held, that could be, that is not, could be, that is totally affecting somebody's health and well-being right now, is it, you know, you need somebody to take care of you. Now I have another person who I know who exactly the opposite. Again, I ain't gonna name names, and you ain't heard from me, but there's somebody I know who has literal physical health restrictions that had them thinking that they couldn't take care of their day-to-day life in so many ways. And do you know that in the last few years that this person, I can tell you for a fact, has figured out that yes, in fact, they actually can take care of themselves. And I'm talking about somebody who does not have 100% use of their body, who has children dependent upon them. I'm talking about somebody who has a legit reason to think, I need somebody to come take care of me. Come rescue me, baby. Come and rescue me. This person had a legit reason to hold on to that belief, but that belief was hindering them. And I'm going to tell you, in these last 2, 3 years, this person has figured out that no, they do not require somebody to come and take care of them. As a matter of fact, they found out that they could be way more independent than they ever imagined. And I'm so proud of this person, and so glad that I could tell that that experience exists in this world with real actual people. So you know, you can take it or leave it, do what you want to do, read between the lines, whatever you have to. Love and peace and happiness. With the past wound to embrace, we had solitude in reverse. And it was talking about forced solitude, and coming out with that, we have the three of wands. Look, what looked like, if like it could have looked like everybody left me and I'm all by myself. It could have looked like the universe has pushed everyone away from me. God has forced me to be alone, or something like that. Whatever it looked like for you, however that forced solitude was, turned out that was a really good thing. Yeah, it turned out that was the best thing for you, because what it did was, just like the person I was just talking about, helped you figure out how you could do this on your own, helped you find that self-sufficiency, helped you find a way that you know, to hold yourself accountable for your well-being, for your sustenance, for your day-to-day, for living your life. Somebody here, they have not gotten there yet. There's somebody who's listening to this reading who's not gotten there, but this is why I see somebody who is in right now a dark night of the soul, messing with their shadows and their shadow demons. Why? Because they feel like everybody abandoned them. They feel like they're so alone. Nobody cares. I'm alone. There's nobody here for me. I'm Mr. Lonely. I have nobody for my own. Lonely. I'm Mr. Lonely. So that energy here, there's somebody who's in it. And then to think of it, well, this is part of why you came across this reading. If that's you, because this is the best place you could be. Because as long as it's somebody else's fault that you're thriving, you have no control over it. As long as it's somebody else's fault that you're in the position you're in, you have no control over it. This is about taking back control, because it's your life. You don't know how much of it you have left. Whatever is in ill health, whether it's your physical body, your mind, your soul, or your finances, it's time to take back control and realize what you do have, the opportunity that's in front of you, and where you're freaking power lies in this. And it's not in blaming everybody else and making you sitting up here thinking that, Captain Saban gonna come in and rescue you again. No. And because last time they rescued you again, if it was a legit rescue, honey, you wouldn't need rescuing again, would you? Now, would you? Okay. The rescue is supposed to be good, but no, you need it. So, at some point, where do you hold yourself accountable? Where do you realize, like, I got to do what's right because this affects my life? And there's so much more I could do with my life. What else do I have available that I could do today? How am I missing the opportunity to truly live today? There are miracles happening for me now. You never show them to me. I'm ready to see. God, I believe. And I could see, okay, somebody here. I'm seeing somebody energy, and honestly, this person is getting on my freaking nerve right now, because their person, like I've had miracles work out for me, right? But they're showing me this person that has so many miracles in their life and don't acknowledge none of them. Like that person that paid for their bus fare, the person that gave them a meal, the one that gave them the new shoes. I'm talking about somebody who's been going through the shitstorm. And you know what? If they would have stopped at any point in this journey and recognized that, man, that was a miracle, and received it as such, I heard they wouldn't always feel like they're so down on their luck, when really they've been fully supported the whole time. I got to move on. The next position, how best to move forward. We had Oya with protection energy, and she riding. I love this image because she got a big old bull under her, baby. And we Taurus gang around here, so yeah. But protection, how best to move forward in protection. 5 of Pentacles. Protect yourself. Let them be on their own. Yeah, mind your business. Mind your business. Okay, somebody here. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm somebody else energy cutting all up in the show now. In your energy, what I see is you have been through a shitstorm on your own, honey. You had to clean that mess up all on your own. You had to restore everything all on your own. You had to rebuild on your own, and now you do have your stability. Now you do have your stability. You don't and it's a thing that you almost didn't recognize that you had. But it's like the more we're talking about what it looks like, the more you realizing, like, you've been good for a long time. Like, how many years in a row have you been paying rent by yourself, feeding yourself, clothing yourself, transporting yourself? And for all you who like to raise other people's children, like apparently I do, how long you been doing that for? I'm just saying, like, I don't know how tough you think you got it, but honey, you're doing a whole lot. You're doing the most, really. So how best to move forward on your own, handling your business. Okay, if they toxic, protect yourself from them toxic connections. 5 of Pentacles with the protection or ya energy. Yeah, we're not going to support these low vibrational, blame game plan. Don't take no accountability. Mucka hucka hoos. We're gonna leave them out there in the cold, because that's where their lessons lie. Just like when you were out there in the cold in your past wound to embrace. This was where you found your divine grace. This is where you found your accountable, independent face. Yeah, this is how they're coming through for you. Yeah. So yeah, it's like, just also the other thing is, it cut me off. They talk about, remember that it's behind you now. Like Oya is in front of the Five of Pentacles, is behind, and they're showing me. Remember that all those days of poverty and lack and limitation consciousness is behind you now. And then I heard, "Get behind me, Satan." I heard, yeah, let Satan give you a nice, be like the wind beneath your wings is the way it's coming through. It's like you rolling. It's like you riding a bike, right? And you got a cool breeze pushing behind you. Yeah, you could go ahead and get behind me, Satan. You just blow all that air behind me while you're talking all that stuff. So there's somebody in this experience who is very triggered by what you're doing. They got a lot of shit to say. They're talking all kinds of. I heard that hot air Satan blowing. Yeah, just use it like the breeze that helps push you in the direction in which you are going. You don't need to go that way. You don't need to go that way. We ain't run. We already dealt with it. Let them talk. That's why they hot. That's why they angry. I heard that you already confronted them. You already, I heard, humiliated them. You weren't trying to humiliate them. But it's funny because what I just saw was it's just by you doing you the way that you do you, like nobody else can do you, because you're taken. You do you to the max and so beautifully in this energy. And then guess what? They found themselves humiliated by that. But that's not your fault. That's not your responsibility. You're not accountable for their internal self view. You're accountable for the self view of you. And yeah, you're doing fantastic. So go on ahead, and you see them toxic energies, leave them alone. You see these ones that are lacking limitation, this broke mentality, leave all that alone. It's not in your best interest to bring that with you. Leave it out, okay? You're safe, you're secure, and you're stable. And you don't need a hero to come and rescue you. Yeah, none of that. Okay, so how best to attract? We have the Eight of Pentacles with the food meditation. I can, honey, repeat the process. I heard repeat the process until you get it perfect, of knowing that you can have, do, and be. You can live these miracles until that's all you see. Honey, practice seeing it everywhere with everything you eat. If you would stop and think about what it actually takes to get food that you consume at your table. You sit down at your table, you eat a plate of home cooked food. There's a whole process to that. You realize that, right? Oh yeah, I gotta go to the market, I gotta go shopping, I gotta chop everything up, I gotta cook it. No, I'm talking even before that. I'm talking even before that. Well, you're right. They do have to trick. I'm talking before that. Well, you're right. They do have to grow the animals. And I'm talking before that. Like, seriously, there's a whole process, whether it's vegetables or food that is meat based or fish based or whatever type of edible stuff you eat. It's a whole process. Something had to be birthed, it had to be grown, it had to be sustained, it had to be maintained and nourished. A whole process had to happen. When you think about when you think about even such a simple thing as eating a plate of food, there's so many ways you can realize that you're having a miracle happen for you right now. The fact that you get to sit down and do, and you know why? It sounds so redundant, so mundane, and so ridiculous that I'm saying this to you. It because people are so damn programmed to overlook the miracles and everything that's happening around. Here's one. The very fact that you're hearing everything that I'm saying, that you could see what I'm doing, that I could change the lights and make them the color that I want to do this Terror on the Shadows episode. The fact that this message will be preserved for those who will have heard it a year, 3 months, and 6 days after it was recorded. I don't know who you are, but you do. Put it in the comments. I'm just saying, like, whenever you find the message is there for you. And that's a miracle, because how on earth did we figure out to record it, transmit it, store it somewhere where it's available to everybody to access it? I mean, all of these things, there's a process in everything. And if we would take more time to think about how miraculous it is, the way we live, really, the way we live from start to finish throughout our days. You walk into a room, you flip a light switch. Well, damn. You mean you ain't got to go hunt down wood and carry a torch and start a fire and keep the home hearth fires going? You know what they used to do during the olden days, right? The hearth was the home fire that could never go out because that made sure that the family always had fire. So they kept it going day and night, all the time, nonstop. I don't know. Maybe you don't know about that. Now all we got to do is flip a switch. I mean, there's so many things, right? So many things that our life is so easy, so miraculous. I mean, I got a whole electronic miniature computer right here, and I could push a button, love and peace and happiness, and sing that song to you all day long and never have to use my throat again. That to me is, I don't know. I hope you get the point. So the how to best attract, put in work on noticing the beautiful parts of life, the ease and flow in life, the way things keep showing up and working out for you, the miracles. How is this the best way I could spend this day? The hangman is here, a different perspective, honey. There's a hold up in a situation. There been a hold up in a situation because somebody here was lacking perspective. There was a lack of perspective. A lack of perspective. And the way we've gone into such detail on some of this perspective here about how to spend our best days, about how to have a healthier perspective of what we've got going on. I've said it many times in the older recordings, and it's starting to come out again. But if you have it, is all you have on this planet is one left sock and one right shoe. And if you curse it, you're going to lose those two. But if you can find a way to be grateful for it, to appreciate it and add value to it, before you know it, you're going to have pairs of socks and pairs of shoes. And if you can appreciate those, before you know it, you're going to have rooms to put them in. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have extras to give away. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's about appreciating what you do have rather than overlooking it, being neglectful, being resentful because it's not something else. So you have this, but you want that, and you don't have that, but you have this. And I keep saying, but you have this. This message is so simple that it is so complex and somebody can't get it. I just saw it go over somebody's head and under their feet and loop back around and slap them upside the head, and they still didn't get it. Yeah, you want people around you who are accountable. You want everybody to be held accountable because you've held yourself accountable. You want people who is good stand-up people around you in this world. People are going to be who they're going to be. You need to just accept it. People are just going to be who they're going to be. You can't change them. You are a gift in people's life, but guess what? You don't have to go to everybody. Just because you're a gift in everybody's life don't mean you have to, because you got the stability and consistency and all that. Honey, you don't have to nothing. You can say, no, thank you. I'm not going over there. If they're not a gift to me too, I don't want to. Even in the workplace out there, they do, what do they call the Secret Santa? Yeah, everybody get a gift. If you ain't give me no gift, well, I'm going to bring all y'all gifts, and ain't nobody over here got no gift for me. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Okay, let me see what else. The previous lady in reverse, somebody tried to take advantage in the past. Somebody tried to take advantage in the past, and then once they got what they wanted, they took off. Once they realized that they couldn't take advantage anymore, they decided to leave. Oh well. That it's not counted against you unless you count it against yourself. I heard. How best to move forward, protect yourself from that toxicity, and hold space, expectation, hold space for a better, hold space for improve, hold space for something that's more attracted to who you are today. How best to attract? By knowing you can and paying attention and realizing the magic and miracles in everything that is happening for you all the time. Pay more attention to that. Get focused on that. Well, yeah, look at this. How best to attract unexpected income. When you start looking at everything like a miracle and magic happening in your interest, do you know that the whole universe said, well, dang, look at the tribe. They said it's all miracles and magic. I guess we should send some more miracles and magic because that's all they see. So miracles and magic it is. Okay, you are ordering it up. The pathway. This is your path. Okay, this is about you being on your journey, discovering these techniques, discovering this mentality, discovering this reality that is true for you. And what you gonna do with it? Okay, I heard what you gonna do with it. Yeah. Let's get some more from the Rosie Tarot. I feel like a whole different spread. We're going to leave that one out, but I feel like a whole different spread. I'm seeing my 7-card gypsy just to dig a little bit deeper into this energy. What's in the past, please? Show me the past for the tribe. The changes. There's been changes in the past. I see in the past with the Two of Pentacles speaking to me saying, you try to play both roles, both sides of it. You try to balance things out, but the problem was you holding it on this side, then you're gonna rub back over there and hold that side because this side gonna fall. You were running yourself ragged trying to play both sides of an experience. You can't do that. Trying to balance it all by yourself. You have to make a decision. Either you're in or you're out. Okay? You told that to somebody. Make a decision. Are you in or you're out? Whatever their decision was, it was I heard the fact that you had to get to the point where you even said that to them already let you know what your answer was. You made a decision and you made some changes. You made some changes and you had to ignore the feelings behind it. You had to just do what made sense to balance yourself and your life out. That's what I see in your past energy. Okay, let me see in your current energy. Yeah, you were playing both roles in some sort of way. See, look, in the current energy, this is that Five of Swords. In the current energy, we see here somebody self-sabotage. This person is here now realizing anywhere where they self-sabotage. And I mean, this person could totally be you. You could be realizing anywhere where you self-sabotage yourself in the past, trying to run yourself ragged, play this part and that part. I mean, I got to play both roles in this partnership. What the hell is going on? I thought we was in this together. It doesn't look like we're together right now. What the heck is going on? Yeah. But I got to do for me and I got to do for you. And what are you doing for me? I mean, what have you done for me lately? Okay. All right. Come on with Janet. Love her. All right. Let's see in the hidden blessing in this experience. What do we have? Hidden blessing is the 10 of Pentacles. The hidden blessing is whatever you had to do in this, you did it all the way, beginning to end, and every step in between in order, which means soul contract is complete. The energy is complete. You get all the winnings. You know, spirit, you get all the winnings. Not to say that there were winnings about this experience, but there are rewards. This is a, I'm here. I'm getting the energy of the Saturn return. When the Saturn returns, you know, if you did as you should, you pass your life experiences in a upright way, in a way of aligned energy, aligned with what? Aligned with your highest self, with your true self. You're gonna find rewards on the other side of that. Why are there rewards? It's not like somebody's like, oh, you did this, I'm giving you that. No, it's you aligning yourself to a higher vibration, which is your authentic self, right? And as a result of that energetic focus, you attract all that. That's the hidden blessing. You are attracting all that, literally all that. What's the challenge in this for you at this time? What's the challenge? Thank you. The challenge we have right now is rest. You know, laying in your bed and pondering, what am I going to do with all this? Fill in the blank. How do I it's like you got the I'm seeing jitterbug, okay? Dun 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 jitterbug. Okay? It's like you want to get up and you want to wake me up before you go. No, you want to get up and go. You want to get up and dance, okay? Um don't you step on my blue suede shoes. Okay. In other words, you got this energy and you want to go, but it's like, hold on, just chill for a minute. It's coming to you, attract it. Okay. In your environment, you're being recognized by somebody in your environment as a winner. You're being recognized by somebody in your environment as a winner. Six of Wands. Okay. You're being set apart. You're being looked at. You're being watched and observed as somebody who's in a winning position. Okay. What do you need to do about all this? Is the Two of Cups. Look, if they can show up in an energy that matches your frequency, go ahead and make the connection. They're saying go ahead and make the connection. All right. Outcome energy in this. Where is this all taking you to? The Ten of Swords, the final answer. Okay, somebody here is going to be feeling all kinds of upset. I ain't even gonna lie about it. Because, you know, and you'll know about it, you'll get word. That's why it's coming out here as your outcome. Somebody gonna be feeling real dumb because you had to make changes and let them go. I feel like this person could be sending you a message or reaching out to you in some type of way. Yeah, they recognize you. All right, 10 of Wands. They recognize you as soon as you let them go and hold on to their own burden. Leave them alone. They're not going to be happy for you in your joy. Just expect that. Expect them to not be happy for you in their joy. Your job is not to get caught up in this low vibrational, ain't nothing working, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Because love is coming your way, connection is coming your way. But the thing of it is, you can't be caught up in focusing on what don't work. And that's what somebody around you does. That's that Five of Pentacles energy. That's what somebody around you does. I'm Mr. Lonely. That energy again, the Mr. Lonely energy. This person getting themselves caught up. They recognize that you got something going on, and you're on a chill pill. You're on a chill pill right now. You're making changes. Somebody here has self-sabotaged themselves. And you know what? Whatever ideas they had of thinking that they were going to come in here and do something, anywhere where you were feeling this energy of betrayal of yourself because you didn't think you could, because nothing was working out for you, all that's coming to rest. Anybody that's attached to that idea being implanted in you, coming to rest, it's done. The betrayal of self. If you sit up here and you keep thinking that you can't do nothing, you need a fucking rescuer and all that, all you're going to do is catch yourself up in some fake shit looking for somebody else to come in and rescue you. And that ends up being an act of self betrayal every time, because now you point and putting all that into somebody else, and you were never supposed to do that. Right. But that's what you realize. I feel like that's what you realize. So I can tell just by the way this message is being delivered that I have people who are sitting on both sides of this energy. I have some who are the ones that don't fucking get it, and you still just busy worried about who gonna love you, who's gonna rescue you, who's gonna be there to support you. Cause woe is me, poor little me. I'm all by my fucking self. Don't nobody be here for me. I don't have nobody, and you got everybody, and you got everything. And what do I have? I don't have nothing. What, baby? You focus on the wrong fucking thing. Take your head out the sand. I was gonna say someplace else that with two S's on it, but take your head out the sand. Stop burying your head in the sand. Look around you and pay more attention to what you have to be grateful for. Because if you did that in the first place, you damn skippy, life will be looking a lot different for you right now. But you had that repetitive pattern of continuing to worry about somebody else's business, what they have that you don't have, how terrible things are for you. Go ahead, keep convincing me of that and everybody else, because you're 100% right. And the universe heard you, and every atom and cell and molecule that makes up every bit of your body and your genetics and everything else heard you. And all you're doing is programming the shit. You're programming into yourself. It's self-defeat. And then you're going to blame somebody else for it. Baby, it ain't my fault, nor is anybody else's fault. Anybody that you have a tribe that's around you in this energy, they finna fall the fuck off. And that's what I'm seeing a lot of. I'm seeing a lot of it. There's these different relationship dynamics that I'm seeing unfolding. People who have been abusing, financially abusing people. Now, here's the crazy part about it. Okay. Because I see relationships. I know these relationships, and they could actually, they're very parallel, except the only difference is one is transparent and the others are deceitful. These ones that are deceitful, you could call them manipulative. They try to seduce and all that shit. But the one is transparent. The one that's transparent is fucking thriving these days. But all these deceptive, manipulative, working underhanded, trying to convince and persuade and all that shit, they're falling like hard right now. They're going through that shit. And if any of you are listening to it and you're feeling this, and it if the shoe fits, strap that bitch on and run in it. Because maybe that's the experience you have to figure this out. The problem in this, okay, thank you. They said, let's get to the root of the problem. The root of the problem is you look into the wrong place as your source of resource. In other words, let's just use money. It's so easy to talk about this with money. You look into the wrong place as a source of your money. Your money doesn't come from these people. Yeah, I know it's people's hands that puts it in your hands or in your account or how have you. The money that comes from you, comes to you, comes through you. It is coming through you. They are not your source. It's that divine, authentic connection to the real source, the creator of all that ever is, will be, or could be, the universe, let source, God, energy. That's your source. So anywhere where people have decided, well, I need to stay with John over here because John, he takes care of all my financial concerns, and I live this luxury lifestyle because of John. Well, all of a sudden, John done found something younger, hotter, and skippier and snippier than you, and he gone. And guess what? John ain't giving you shit no more. Now, John been giving you money for how many years? 10, 15 years now. Oh, John just disappeared. He tired. He ready for some new. And that might even be the girl's name, is Nunu. You see what I'm saying? This is like anywhere where there's they said take it to the business level, and they gave it to me. They said anywhere where this business being contracted to provide services, but the customers been realizing like over the service, your quality has gone down. Like when I signed up for you for these services 5 years ago, you were spectacular. I would give you tens across the board on promptness, cleanliness, service, attitude, and efficiency. Nowadays, you lucky to get a 5. Everything is fucked up these days. You know what? Fuck you. I'm gonna cancel my contract. This is my last month with you. Can't here my 30 days notice. Cancel the contract. I'm finding a new provider because guess what? Over there's another provider, and not only do they have great reviews, but they got a sign it bonus. Like, hello, I'm gonna go over there. That's the type of energy that's happening right now. These people got these funky ass ideas about where stuff comes from. And when people feel like they have to manipulate another person to get their belongings, oh, they're signing up for adjudication right then and there. Like, that's why the one person relationship is thriving, because she's transparent. Her relationship is transparent. They're all aware that it's an open relationship, an open polyamorous relationship going in. They're all aware, right? This is like, listen, my beauty, my nail services are on call for you, but I'm on call for all my other clients too. So whoever gets the deposit in first is, but that it's known up front. So the client can't get mad if I'm already booked. They should have contacted me first. They could book the next one. You see what I'm saying? In these relationships, though, where people are lying and deceptive, manipulative, I can't tell you how many people have come into my nail salon, new nail clients, talking about, yeah, I have an appointment booked over there. Do you know they had me sitting there? All they did was take my polish off and have me sitting there waiting for 2 hours. And then I asked the girl next to me, and why was she booked at the same time? Because they double booking people. And that's why I had a new client, you know? And then, people in these relationships, dude, girl, whatever, been paying for the business for all this time, been breadcrumb treated like crap. These people are realizing that life gets a lot better. The people that's connected to this energy, life is a lot better than they allow it to be. And the ones that ain't getting it, oh, it's coming down hard. It's coming down hard. It's affecting their finances. They're getting sick. Weird shit is happening in their life. And it's all that first full circle energy. As long as it's somebody else's fault out there, they'll never have nothing they can do about it. And so I'm grateful for this message coming through for the tribe here tonight, because it gave us a lot to think about. Everything happens on the path for a reason. Somebody really needed another perspective, okay, about thriving and about accountability. And you want a partner, you want people in your life who hold themselves accountable. You don't need somebody to come in and be your stability. Anywhere where you thought you needed somebody to come in and rescue you and hold you up and lift you up and all that shit, you done figured out, yeah, we don't need none of it, because guess what? I'm already doing it on my own. Hello? Love and peace and happiness. Yeah, anywhere where somebody spoiled you, took care of you, thought things were going to get better, and then they just dumped you, dropped you like a hot sack of bricks, hot sack of potatoes. Great, great. Thank you. You taught me a lot, you say. Yeah. How best to move forward on your fucking own. Let that toxic shit stay outside. Know that things get better for you. Protect your energy. You don't need to say yes just because they want you. That don't mean shit. Do you want them? Do you enjoy them? Do they contribute something meaningful to your life? Is this something you would want to continue? If it never changed from the way it is today, would you want it to continue forward? And then monitor that. Go back and reevaluate that. Hold on, is this still what I signed up for? Okay, is this still kosher with me? Do I still feel balance and reciprocity? Okay, how best to attract? Continue to look at everything. Just like what I love about this image here. She's got her hands open, noticing that all around her is abundance. And then this is called food meditation. But what a great example. We eat all the time. Do we ever give notice to what goes into our receiving it? You know, there's all around something to be grateful for. Make it a part of your job to be grateful for all that you see repeatedly. The Eight of Pentacles, a repeated process, getting it right, mastering it, right? And with that comes unexpected income. More shows up. The more you sit in this energy of noticing the abundance. You know what? I just saw somebody. You don't know what the fuck to do with yourself. Go get the jug of rice. You got a jug, a container of some sort where you got rice. Sit there and just sift your hand. Wash your hand first and hand first, please. And then sit there and sift through the rice and notice the plenty of the rice. They say do that every day. What a beautiful practice, actually, because rice does signify abundance in so many traditions. There's even a lot of traditions that use a lot of physical ceremonies that talk about using rice, to attract prosperity and abundance. But that's in your kitchen cupboard, honey. You know what I'm saying? Give attention to what you have. Give more attention to what you have, and there'll be a lot more having. Okay. They saying, somebody here, look at all the grass, touch the grass and give attention to all the grass. They're saying in whatever way you can continue to pay attention to the abundance, there'll be more abundance. Somebody here, whoever you're dealing with the health issue, because the angel of alchemy was talking about physical health in some ways for some of you. Pay attention to what is working. Dang, my nails don't stop growing. Oh, my hair so long. Look at my toes just wiggling back and forth. I don't know what you're able to do, and I don't know what you're not able to do. But remember, I know somebody who really just thought that they could not live on their own, that they could not take care of their children and their self by their self because they do have physical handicap. Like they were born with physical issues. Their bodies don't do what my body do. So but over this period of the last couple of years, this person, they set their determination to about it. And you know that this person is able to accomplish all the day-to-day life stuff. Like there's still a couple of things that they have to hire somebody to do, like go drive over here and stuff like that. Pick this up, little things. But for the most part, like this person is self-sustaining because not only is the person able to do the day-to-day stuff at home and take care of the children and stuff like that, but this person is also able to pay somebody to go do the one or two things that they can't do. They're self-sustaining. We're talking about somebody with actual physical limitations, because this reading for most of you don't have shit to do with physical limitations. Literally, for 99% of you who will ever watch this reading, the only fucking limitation you ever had was in your brain. It was your perspective. It was your own self-directive. Yeah, the way you were speaking to yourself, the way your atoms, your cells, your molecules, all your energy heard you. The whole universe heard you and said, you're right. You're a magician. You're powerful. You got this. Whatever you say, it's your orders that we follow your command. And all you had to do was change the fucking command internally and externally and then watch it transform. Like literally, that's the answer. I know it's so simple that it's annoying, but that's why I have for you at this time. So thankful and grateful to be here, to be of service. I will happily accept all your love donations, contributions, well wishes, thumbs up, comments, all the things. Thanks. Shout out to Janine live all up in my comment section. I see them hearts going up like crazy. Your little finger must be tired. Just Janine just sitting there doing all this on my button. Look, y'all need to get in here and help Janine out, all right? Until next time, I absolutely love and adore the part of me that aligns with you. The golden thread that shines all the way through, called love and peace and happiness. And in the meantime, in between time, you can treat yourself at LPHtarot.com. As in, love and peace and happiness. Kamsahamnida. Gracias. Later, baby. And that's all, folks. And I'm out.